The year of my 10th birthday marked the first time that our entire family had jobs. Dad had been laid off from his regular employment, but found painting and carpentry work all around town. Mom sewed fancy dresses and baked pies for folks of means, and I worked after school and weekends for Mrs. Brenner, a neighbor who raised Cocker Spaniels. I loved my job, especially the care and feeding of her frisky litters of puppies. Proudly, I gave my earnings to Mom to help out, but the job was such fun, I would have worked for no pay at all. I was content during these hard times to wear thrift shop dresses and faded jeans. I waved goodbye to puppies going to fancy homes with no remorse. But all that changed when the Christmas litter arrived in the puppy house. These 6 would be the last available pups until after Christmas. As I stepped into the house for their very first feeding, my heart flip-flopped. One shiny red puppy with sad brown eyes wagged her tail and bounced forward to greet me. "Looks as if you have a friend already," Mrs. Brenner chuckled. "You'll be in charge of her feedings." "Noelle," I whispered, holding the pup close to my heart, sensing instantly that she was special. Each day that followed forged an inexplicable bond between us. Christmas was approaching, and one night at dinner I was bubbling over about all of Noelle's special qualities for about the 100th time. "Listen, kiddo," Dad put down his fork. "Perhaps someday you can have a puppy of your own, but now times are very hard. You know I've been laid off at the plant. If it wasn't for the job I've had this month remodeling Mrs. Brenner's kitchen, I don't know what I'd do." "I know, Dad, I know," I whispered. I couldn't bear the pained expression on his face. "We'll have to brave it out this year," he sighed. By Christmas Eve, only Noelle and a large male remained. "They're being picked up later," Mrs. Brenner explained. "I know the family taking Noelle," she continued. "She'll be raised with tons of love." No one could love her as much as I do, I thought. No one. "Can you come tomorrow morning? I'll be weaning new pups the day after Christmas. Mop the floor with pine and spread fresh paint for the new litter. Would you be a dear and feed the kennel dogs too? I'll have a house full of guests. Oh, and ask your dad to stop over with you. One of the kitchen cabinet doors needs a little adjustment. He did such a beautiful job that I'll enjoy showing it off." I nodded my head, barely focusing on her words. The new puppies would be cute, but there'd never be another Noelle. Never. The thought of someone else raising my puppy was almost too much to bear. Christmas morning after church, we opened our meager gifts. Mom modeled the apron I made her in home economics with a flare befitting a Paris gown. Dad raved about the watch band I gave him. It wasn't even real leather, but he replaced his frayed band and admired it as if it were golden. He handed me the book, Beautiful Joe, and I hugged them both. They had no gifts for each other. What a sad Christmas, with all of us pretending that it wasn't. After breakfast, Dad and I changed clothes to go to Mrs. Brenner's. On our short walk, we chatted and waved to passing neighbors, each of us deliberately avoiding the subjects of Christmas and puppies. Dad waved goodbye as he headed toward the Brenner's kitchen door. I walked directly to the puppy house in the backyard. It was strangely silent, no puppy growls, tiny barks, or rustling paper. It felt as sad and dreary as I did. My head gave the order to begin cleaning, but in my heart, I wanted to sit down on the lonely floor and bawl. It's funny looking back at childhood days. Some events are fuzzy, the details sketchy, and faces indistinct. But I remember returning home that Christmas afternoon so clearly, entering the kitchen with the aroma of pot roast simmering on the stove, and Mom clearing her throat and calling to Dad, who suddenly appeared in the dining room doorway. With an odd huskiness in his voice, he whispered, Merry Christmas, kiddo. And smiling, he gently placed Noel, clad in a red bow, into my arms. My parents' love for me merged with my overwhelming love for Noel and sprang from my heart like a sparkling fountain of joy. At that moment, it became, without a doubt, absolutely the most wonderful Christmas I have ever had.